Howdy everyone, and welcome to the update for today, which was, I believe it was Sunday, July the 19th of 2026. Alright, so today I was back at the store. I was on a bagging shift. This was another one of those 7 to 4 shifts. I work that schedule quite often, and so it was what it was. That being said, there was actually quite a bit to say about today at the store. For example, I actually did do bagging the first 3 hours of my shift. Now, I oftentimes say when I mention a bagging shift, oh, I actually got to do bagging today. And the reason why I keep phrasing it that way is because of the various people in the checkout department. Essentially, the bagger quite often gets pulled to do other things before just about anyone else, which, I mean, I guess kind of makes sense. If there's some mess or something, are you going to use a cashier to go do that? And even if you are considering using the cashier for that, consider what the people in that cashier's line might think about that. So, anyway, so it makes sense that it's the bagger, but because of that, the bagger gets yanked and moved into other roles, or for that matter, as a backup cashier or whatever, very, very often. So, but today I actually got to bag for 3 hours. Afterwards, it looks like somebody finally got around to watching my video from 5 or 6 weeks ago when I mentioned that I missed doing carts, or maybe it was even just a couple of weeks ago, but whatever it was, because I actually ended up doing carts the last 5 hours of my shift. And, today was almost a perfect day for it. We're talking sunny and in the 80s, just pretty much ideal. And, yeah, made it a beautiful day. And, got the farmer's tan, building along with the tanning place tan. And once I stopped looking redder than my shirt here, may end up looking decent this summer. Anyway, with that, I also got partnered for a couple hours with a new guy to kind of show him the ropes of doing cart duty. As a matter of fact, the same kid kind of got to go through that same process with me on bagging a few days ago, which honestly I forgot to mention in my video that day. So yeah, so that made it kind of broke up the day just a little bit. And of course Sunday, this being Sunday, being busy. But again, we also got a little bit of one thing going on our side, knocking the crowds down a little bit, and that is, of course, the sunny weekend phenomenon, which I've mentioned before. Basically, if it's sunny and not ridiculously hot on a weekend day, what you end up getting is a little bit quieter on the weekend during the daytime because people are out playing. And then you tend to see all those people come into the store later on when you're down to one checker after the sun has gone down. And so hopefully, I'm filming this at 10:32 at night. Hopefully it's not too hellacious at my store right now, or hasn't been a really rough last 90 minutes down there, because days like today do oftentimes end up just like that. Alright, so, and another glamorous thing you get to do at the store sometimes is basically, you get sent to go, check up on the restrooms and restock things if they need more toilet paper or whatever. Just go in there and check up on them. So I got sent for the 9 a.m. one, because we do this quite often, to go check up. And you notice what is quite obviously a plumbing issue. And not something that is easily fixable. Above our pay grade type of stuff. Boy, great. And so having to be the one to notify them that by the way, guys, which, ruined some plumber's Sunday. Let's put it that way. But those things do happen. But it's been actually quite a long time since I've had one of those. So, yeah, that was a thing today as well. All right. Then went to the gym. And today, I mentioned having done cardio the last couple of days. Today, I just did strength training because I figured that 5 hours of walking around in a parking lot on cart patrol would be probably enough to classify as having done some cardio today. So, with that, yeah. What am I saying here? Oh, yeah. So, my gym time today was pretty much all strength training. And of course, because it's all about balance, then went to a place I mentioned before called Los Bros Taco Shop. Probably my favorite of the takeout Mexican places right now, at least in my area. And by takeout, I mean not like a sit-down restaurant where you can take out stuff, but a place that aims at that. Probably my current favorite of the ones around here for that. Also took another piece of furniture actually down to this storage facility that I rented and got that loaded there as well. And and I mentioned 8 or 9 days ago now that I had deleted the ChatGPT app off my phone, mainly because, well, essentially it was almost just overly addictive and just wasting way too much time with it. And so I just said I was going to delete off my phone for 7 days. And I did. And for the most part, that went quite well. Now, full disclosure, on like day 2, I remembered, oh yeah, before I downloaded that app, you could actually accomplish the same thing using their website. And I tested it and did play around with it for like an hour one day after discovering that. But it is awkward and takes a few more steps than having the app, and I know the entire point of what I'm actually trying to do. And so, did I do that a couple of times? Yes, for a couple of minutes, but nothing long, nothing excessive, and I think a lot of the results of the productivity that I've achieved this last week kind of speak for themselves in that regard. So, at least for today, haven't put that app back on my phone yet, and we're actually now like 9 or 10 days into it when I said I was going to do it for 7, so got that going for me. So that's what ended up happening there. Now, where I'm standing right now is kind of the juncture between the 2 rooms in my hall. The room that I was showing you yesterday that's entirely emptied, and the other room. Now, and again, this new furniture, essentially, and kind of been making some executive decisions about that here in the next day or so, or in the last day or so, and again, going to be also kind of discussing this with my mom, who has an interior design background, and bouncing some ideas off of her if she has a chance. But essentially, there's going to be a new dresser going in here, and essentially a slightly larger than currently in there new bed going in there, with that bed ultimately ending up in there. So that bed is going in there. This new bed that I'm essentially taking over from my parents is going to be in there. I believe it's a little bit larger than the one currently in there. That's the larger of the 2 rooms, so that's probably where that one's going to end up. And with that nice big comfy bed that you see in there, ending up in there. And there's going to be a new chest of drawers that's going to end up in there as well. Although, again, this one being the master bedroom, it's larger. And, again, a lot of my stuff that was in there is now in there, and going to be sorting that around in that's one of the next upcoming projects. Anyway, hey, thanks for joining me all the way to the end today, you guys, and we'll look forward to talking to you again tomorrow.